I'm Laura.
And I'm Cailey. It is December 14th. The time is 4:18 p.m. And we have been out in the field looking at Divericata and Asteroides, both Parietes species, in the mangroves and in the patch reef lagoons, comparing their phenotypes as well as other sessile associates that live around them in the mangroves. Do you want to say what we've been measuring?
Sure. So the first thing to measure the corallites, we use this card. It has little numbers that tells you the diameter of each circle. We get a close-up picture of the coral with a certain amount of corallites inside of the circle. And then we count them, and that tells us the corallite density.
And then these are the calipers, which are used to measure the width of the coral branches.
For Divericata?
Yes, specifically for Parietes Divericata. You just slide that until it fits, like if it were my finger.
This is the color card that we use. So this will tell you, based on this value, which is the white value, how bleached the coral is, and it tells you how many symbionts are living there. And this is a tape measure, which tells you how long something is. So we use it to measure the depth that the coral is on the root.
As well as the rugosity of the asteroides. We compare when it's straight against it, the straight up length of the coral, and then we also will lay it flat against it, filling in all the grooves, and then that tells us how rugged the coral is.
Hello. Yeah, so girl, I love all the way you blow my mind. Hold me tight and bring down wine. Hello, 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 hello. Lord, hey. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Are you ready for it? You want give me that? No hold back. Wind it up, ride it. Front to the back. No long chat, just come to me. I'll give you that sweet type of love. Sweet type of love. Come give me that sweet type of love. Real type of love. Hold me, darling. Cause whole night we jamming.
So back in the data analysis part, we're going to compare the corals from the mangrove with those from the patch reef and see what type of phenotypic differences they have and how that correlates with maybe their resilience to growing in the mangroves, making them more resilient to climate change with more variable environment and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Lauren and Riley here from the Coral Phenotype Group. Today is Saturday, the 14th. It's approximately 5:41 p.m. We're here in the classroom down at Turnip Atoll, Calabash Caye to be specific. We're working on our project. I'm doing some color analysis here on MATLAB. Ooh is right, and then I press some buttons and I'm seeing the symbiont count and the light intensity in our corals. Riley over here.
So some other stuff we got going on over here is that we're counting correlates to analyze for correlate density. And to make sure that we don't double count any correlates, we check them off here in image J. So for example, this is a Parietes asteroides. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so on. And then we take that value, once we count them all up, and we type it into this wonderful spreadsheet over here. And we did that 3 times for each coral, and we type in the corallite count, and then we have it set up with formulas so that we take the area of the circle we use, and then we plug everything in, and it gives us an average corallite density for each sample that we did.
All this to see how coral generalists down in Belize fare with increasing climate change. Stay tuned for results. Welcome back. I'm Lauren, and this is Riley. Today's Sunday, December 15th. We're back with some results for you. we have the color intensity comparing mangrove and reef habitats. And from this graph, we can see that the reefs are lighter than the mangrove corals. And while the habitats aren't significant, there's no significant difference between the habitats. Each coral individually is significantly different across habitats.
All right, Cailey and Laura here. So we have significant results between the habitats for each of the two species that we looked at, and we postulate that this means that the ones in the mangrove, which are darker, have a more concentrated zooxanthellae inside because it's shadier in the mangrove, so they might need more zooxanthellae so that they can try to get as much photosynthesis action as they can, whereas in the patch reef, it's a lot more even, brighter sunlight. So even though they're lighter, which could be related to bleaching, we didn't see much bleaching in the patch reef, so we think it just has to do with the light distribution between the two habitats.
Ladies, get ready to wine. This one is easy. Every girl feel wine.
Hi.
Can you speak a little louder? Do it again.
Hi.
You need to speak a little louder, dear.
Welcome back.
You're too soft.
Welcome back. December.
You need to speak louder.
Oh shit. Sorry. It's the 14th.
Let me restart.
Belize. Stop laughing at me. That means. Yes. I
Okay.
think I swore a little too much.
Then show me how you